Directive. I've got bourbon in hand. And I'm ready to solve a mystery. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully we get through this. Hopefully we win the game. So last time I kind of figured this out with the wasps. Oh god. I've been playing like decent, like Solasta and Kingdoms 2 Crowns, like games that were fun to control. Oh, now I'm back in control hell. Oh no. Let's take a look at our papyrus drawing, which was the map, right?
Using the charcoal and papyrus, I sketch out a map based on the design I assembled on the altar. I put an X where I'm pretty sure I came in.
So we came in here, we did that. Are we here? I'm not actually sure.
Stone ding-dongs in stereo.
Ding dong. Let's take a look at this.
There are 9 empty squares on top of this altar.
I assume... Wait, didn't we... We got the
Without
gunpowder.
a functional firearm, these aren't worth much.
I thought... Okay, maybe we didn't get gunpowder from... Maybe I was just thinking that. Anyone got a short summary? We are in a Mayan temple right now. Yeah, let's do a quick recap. So I cleared through Roswell and figured that out. I found the rest of the pieces to the Pandora device. Reagan, who was the daughter of the main guy, she's like, "Hey, Tex, I really want to have sex with you, and I want to bang you." I'm like, "You're hot, but no," because I've played enough video games to know that if a woman is hitting on you in the 90s, it means that they're trying to kill you in any video game. So I assumed that was bad. Instead, I went with the 2 old guys, and the 2 old guys are like, "Yes, go to the temple and let's see if we can find these coordinates for the Pandora device," and that's where I went. So that's a bit of where we are now. I don't know what this is.
There are 9 empty squares.
That's why you always remain the virgin.
Now there's nothing in that stone head but a big pile of wasp crispies.
So I've been going through this temple. I may have gone through one of the worst goddamn parts of this game. Like, not quite as bad as the drone. The drone was bad. This was second to worst. If you remember, like, I think Doom did it, a few other games, where there's like a maze you have to walk through, right? And there was a maze that I had to walk through. And what made it even more fun with this maze that I had to walk through was that fireballs were being blasted at me. So I'm on, like, shitty mouse controls, and fireballs are going after me. You know.
These tiles look like they can be laid out in a pattern on the altar.
Well, all right, let's get the king tiles out there. Oh boy. What is this puzzle? Ah, shit balls. Can I... Alright, I can rotate them. So clearly we want 3 heads, right? But what 3 heads? What 3 heads? Actually, because they don't... Are the legs the same? No, the legs are not the same. This means we have to find this somewhere else. My hope was that this was a pattern, right? And you could connect them, like, just by looking at it. But the fact that you can't do that... They're all leopard-skinned. Now, this tells me that this is somewhere. We have all 9 pieces, so there's nothing to worry about there. So we need to find this. Is it in this room? That's definitely one of them. Okay, this is definitely one of them. So Um, bone Bonehead. Is there an order that matters? Is there an order that matters? We don't quite know that yet. We have Bonehead covering his junk with his right hand and nothing attached at the feet, but what's the difference between their legs? He's got leopard print legs, he doesn't.
There are...
So Bonehead covering his junk. Oh, they're both covering their junk though. They're all covering their junk with the same hand, so we can't go with that. Okay. Dude, that is so tough to see.
Drawings in this chamber show people worshipping 3 Mayan kings.
Alright, so he seems to have like a little green hardy-do. And green bracelets. This one does not. So, Bonehead has green heart, green bracelets, and I don't quite know the feet. He just has leopard skin feet. He's got some green on the tootsies.
There are...
Oh, god damn it. So, Bonehead, green bracelets, and some green on the tootsies. That should be one king. Oh. It snapped. It snapped. It snapped. Oh no. Alright, so that's one of them I think is good. Let's look at this guy. He's got a shield, not quite Bonehead, but semi-Bonehead, and just leopard print feet.
There.
Damn it, I want to just look at it to use it. So semi-Bonehead is this guy. Had a shield. And just... Oh, what color... Do they both snap? No, they don't. They don't both snap. Only you snap. That would mean by process of elimination. Hello? Okay. Let's look at our map. So it's an intersection of 4.
Using the charcoal and papyrus,
It's gotta
I
be-
sketch out a map based on the design I assembled on the altar. I put an X where I'm pretty sure I came in.
So what I think I did was I came in here, I went through this. This was the hell tunnel, this whole room. This is where I'm at now, I think. Because I couldn't have gotten to go here without this. So what I think I did was I think I came in either like there or there. And this rotates in my brain to me. I think this is north up here. No, this is north here, I'm sorry. Like, I came in through here. And so, I understand I don't have a compass, but I naturally orient my brain to be this north. And I think I came in through that door. Regardless, though, let's... Oh, man. I used my phone before with this map. Fuck, I didn't save. Let's do that. Let's do that. Figuring this all out. Tomorrow, by the way, folks, is when we will go to get Talia her rope toy. We're going to try and pick that up in the morning, and I should be able to throw out a video of Talia enjoying her rope toy as part of the community challenge. Do remember that as you save the points, you can still give the treat to the Korg. And also, if you have ideas of what you think would be cool point things to spend, please let me know. And, you know, I'm still kind of new to this. I'm learning Twitch. Hey, Blue Jonalith, welcome. What are you?
There's a wasp symbol on.
Oh, is this... Okay, so I went through that. I feel like if I was doing this normally, I would go grab some graph paper and actually start to draw this out, because you can see the squares on the ground. I don't know if anyone has ever played the game. Actually, fun Togoth trivia. There's a game called Lands of Lore that I played with my sister years ago. Oh, hello.
It's like a dagger, not unlike.
Lands of Lore was the very first Let's Play I ever watched by Kokoskia. I wanted to see the ending to Lands of Lore. And I don't remember if my sister and I ever did it or we just got close to it. And it was like one of those things like, oh, if I watch it again, maybe I'll know if we got to the ending or not. I was young. And then, like, I typed in Lands of Lore ending, and I found Kokoskia's Let's Play of it. And I'm like, holy shit, this is a thing. Like, people just, like, record themselves playing a video game. That's so cool. And hence where I started.
Zalder has 5 slots carved into the stone top. Looks like something needs to be inserted into the slots.
Like a dagger?
I don't have all the daggers.
Oh!
Looks like I'll need 5 of them.
How many do I have? I have 1, 2... Do I only have 2? I really thought I gathered more daggers. Was that Kokoskia's first Let's Play? I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna have to use my map soon. I'm right now trying to just go in my head. And, like, folks, I can't tell you how bad I am at that.
There's a wasp.
I am really bad at mapping in my head. Oh my god. And especially with these controls. I'm really, really bad. I have 3? Okay. I'm pretty sure if I have to go through the room with the fireballs again, I'm gonna cry. This is a dagger room.
It's like a dagger.
Okay, how many exits does this have? 1, 2... It's got 4 as well.
Judging by the...
So... if we look at this...
Using the charcoal...
We're probably here. So we haven't been to this room yet. And we haven't been to some of these dead ends. Oh, God, I wish I knew where I was.
This looks like...
Like... What?
Well, I guess the door isn't going to open.
Okay. So, that actually tells us something, too.
Using the charcoal and papyrus, I sketch out a map based on the design I assembled on the altar. I put an X where I'm pretty sure I came in.
Well... If we're here, it wouldn't make sense to not open any of these passages. Are we here? No, we couldn't be. That's the wasp room. We need to figure out where we are. Like, what direction everything is.
Looks
Unless
like some kind of totem pole. There's a sun symbol.
there's a sun symbol. Like, we haven't paid attention to the symbols over the doors at all. So this goes out and to the right.
Using the charcoal and papyrus, I sketch out a map based on the design I assembled on the altar. I put an X where I'm pretty sure I came in.
Am I going this way? Right? Out and to the right. I wonder if I'm going that way. And then making... No, because it splits.
Using
So
the charcoal...
I know, thank you, Tex. I went out. We could have gone out that way. No, we had to make a right. So, is this the dagger room? Is this the dagger room? No. I don't know where I am. I have no idea where the fuck I am. I did warn ahead of time, folks, I'm really bad at mazes. My brain does not work with them. My weaknesses in all video games are mazes and slidey puzzles. It just... that's a wasp room. What did you realize about the Pandora device, Blue Jonolith? Oh, man. Dude, I don't know where I am. Good to know you excel in my weak points. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty good. Why the hell did he use an item? Well, I think it was an alien item, right? Like, the power source, he may not have been able to recover. But, yeah, I you know. Dude, oh, God. Like, this was the one reason I didn't want to come back and beat this. I'm just so bad at mazes. What is this?
The symbol on this door looks like two birds.
This is this. Oh yeah. No, we don't want this.
Looks like the...
God, I'm praying. So hang on. If I'm right,
Using the charcoal and papyrus...
if I'm right, we're right here. I don't know if I'm right. If I'm right, we're right here. That would mean...
Using the...
Shut up. My turn has to be left. If it's not, I don't know where the fuck I am. Okay. Good. Good. I think that's what it did. I know I'm super dumb,
Using
folks.
the charcoal
I
and
apologize so
papyrus,
much.
I sketch out a map based...
So I want to go straight and to the right and check this dead end. Yes, I know where I am. Okay, okay. I apologize so much for the frustration of it. I'm so bad at mazes. We want to go here and to the right. Okay. So we looked at both of those. Let me recenter myself.
Using the chart...
Shut up. Theoretically, we want to check that nub. So we want to go... We want to go to the left here. Tex, don't even say it. And then to the left again. So we want to go to the left. Is this right? This doesn't look like...
Using...
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So I want to go past the right... I want to go past the right door, which should be the wasp room. This should be the door of the wasp.
There's a wasp...
Yes! Didn't I take the map on my phone? I did. I did. I want to go left here. Because that's this little nub here. And that's a dead end. Nothing is there. That's okay. That's okay. We're exploring these dead ends. Alright, shut up. So I think what I'm gonna follow this path. I'm just gonna keep going straight and get into that nub. I'm just not gonna take any turns off my main path. I should have, yep, that'll go wasp, which we expect. And where am I now? I went past what? That's up to this. I'm here right now. So I keep on going straight. Pass it once. Pass it twice. And sold. There's a dagger.
It's another of those ceremonies.
So we have a red, a white, a silver, and a black. We need one more dagger. Yeah, if you ever want to feel like, oh my god, this guy is an idiot. Yeah. GPS was the greatest invention of all time. So we're going to go there, and I'm just going to keep hugging this wall. I want to keep hugging this wall. Come on, stop.
Well, I guess the door is...
That door's not going to open.
Using the chart...
But I can go instead straight and theoretically this way. If I'm missing a dagger somewhere, I'm going to cry.
Judge.
Like that's after or before that maze. If I missed a dagger before that maze, I'm going to cry. So we want to go left here and then why am I at Wasp Room? Should I be at Wasp Room? Yes, I should be at Wasp Room. And then, yep. For those of you who also don't know, like, some of the older games, this was, like, you would have to draw maps. That was almost an expectation of earlier games. That you would draw, like, take out grid paper and draw a map. I hate it. It you know, it's not a mechanic I enjoyed, but it's definitely one that I partook in. So... Oh! Shit!
It's another of those...
Oh, thank you, Jesus. I do want to continue taking this...
Aha, the Pentagon. I knew the military was involved in this. This door won't open.
Yeah, okay. Oh, thank God that dagger was there. Thank God that dagger was there. I was honestly terrified I was going to have to do that maze again. Not the maze, the platforming one with the fireballs. If you didn't see that, it's hell. It was not fun. So this should lead me back to the Wasp Room. And it does. Dude, we're gonna beat this. We're gonna fucking beat this. We're gonna do it. So I do have to figure out where to put the daggers. I hope it's just putting them in. And I don't have to worry about an order. But we'll see. Use. Alright. How do I know where to put them? Oh god, the symbols on each dagger. Oh no. Oh no. How do you know?
There's a sun. There's a.
How do you know? Oh no, no. Oh no.
Salder.
Examine the walls. Yeah, that. You're right. I'm.
The art in here shows various forms of sacrifice and torture. Again, I am reminded of my ex-wife.
There we go. Ex-wife
This
jokes.
looks like some kind of totem pole.
Oh,
Figure at the bottom may have been a sacrificial victim.
so our order. We do have an order, right? We've got what looks like a person. Let me get to writing. I don't quite know what that bottom is, but it looks like a person in a bandana to me. So I'm going to say bandana. 3 stars. Circles. Yellow sun, black sun. Yellow sun and black sun. Alright. Let's take a look.
Salder.
Stop. Use here. Alright, so the bottom. This is the person with the bandana was at the bottom. So what if we did that order? Person with a bandana at the bottom. The 3 stars should be next. The circles would be next. The gold sun and the black sun. That didn't do it. Really? Oh, it did! Oh, it did! The game didn't give me an immediate, like, you did
Judging.
it. So, I got confused. Now this, hang on a second.
Using the charcoal.
Thank you. Should just be a straight path. Should just be a straight path right there. Save. Save. Togoff, please. You idiot. Ah! Ah! Oh my goodness. I'm hitting buttons everywhere. I don't actually know if it's saved. Save, you idiot. Don't remember much, but you can die in the next room. Well, you know. Here we go.
There's a wasp symbol.
Did I go the wrong way?
Using the.
Oh no. Did I go out that? Oh god, fuck. God damn it. I went out the wrong one. Yeah, it's not an act, it's not a gimmick. I'm just really, really bad at mazes.
Using.
So, theoretically, I went through this one, so I just need to keep following the right wall and go through this one.
Judging by the dagger.
And this one should take me right there. Yes, that's the Pentagon symbol. Alright. We're gonna save again. You fool.
Aha, the Pentagon.
sorry, what?
I'm just guessing here, but it looks like I'll need to rotate these symbols in a certain sequence. Colored dots must be the key.
What?
Uh-oh. Either I'm going through an unprecedented growth spurt or the ceiling is dropping. I'd better do something and quick.
I have no idea. I notice little dotty doos.
I'm just guessing here, but it looks like I'll need to rotate these symbols in a certain sequence. Colored dots must be the key.
I have no idea. I don't remember seeing colored dots. Oh, it's pushing me down. Colored dots are the key. Are the colored dots on the daggers? I don't think so. I'm gonna see if he gives me another hint here. Heck. Yeah, you can don't shrug at me.
The ceiling descends slowly until it crushes me like a tenderized steak. The only thing that might have saved me was the panel with the 5 chamber symbols on it.
What panel with 5 chamber symbols on it? What panel had 5 chamber symbols? This? What panel had 5 chamber symbols on it? The one you were turning... Oh! Are they what's outside of the door? Oh, shit balls. Are you fucking kidding me? Hang on.
Aha.
Is there a pentagon symbol? There is, and it's white, and it... Oh, no! I need to know these 5... It points up. So the white... That's correct. Oh, no. Do I need to go back to the 5? Oh my god, do I need to go back across the maze of shitballs? No, no, no. We've got saving technology for this. So the dagger has the blue dot to the right of it. So we're going to do dagger has a blue dot to the right of it. You should, but I looked it up if you want to save time. I know how to solve the puzzle, I think. Right? It's each of these. Yeah, I know how to solve the puzzle. I think. Let me look at the blue dagger. This has the white dot. So we have dagger. I think the colors are all the same, right? Like, but hang on, the daggers. Oh, you have to make it work. You have to make it. You have. I see. So like the dagger, I think was facing down, and I have to make it face that position. I see. I see. This. I have to make these symbols. Dude, that's... you know, it's funny. I saw it. I saw the dots. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, the little penis-y do is at the top, and the white dot is there. The dagger, I think it was facing downward, right? Wasn't the dagger facing downward? Dagger is facing downward. Let's see how I can draw in a dagger in my expertise. That has the little dot to the right of it. Yeah. Yeah. That means, theoretically, I would have to go back. Oops. Right? Because I need all 5 of these chambers. We can go to the Wasp. The Wasp isn't bad to get to, but I'm reloading the others. Because fuck that.
Judge.
I'm not going through that hell maze again. Alright, so the Wasp... you looked it up for me? No, I can complete this. I can complete this. So the Wasp is facing the dot. Yeah. My Wasp symbol isn't fantastic, but it makes sense to me. I'm gonna put Wasp over there, just so I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's load. Let's load this guy.
The symbol on this door looks like 2 birds.
Doesn't really look like 2 birds to me, to be honest with you. But that dot's to the right as well. So, like, the little wingy dingies are at the top. I don't see 2 birds from that. I kind of see a penis. Maybe that has more to say about me than anything else. But we got the penis-y do, and the dot is there. Mayan Fireball Room, no. We're going to go to Mayan Chamber 1. The snake is pooping the dot. Snake is pooping the dot. By the way, if you wanted to see what my reference material looks like, let's see if I can get that there. It looks good, right? No, you don't see it. It works, trust me. Alright. So I can look at this at least. So the snake has to be pooping the dot. That's to the right. The wasp, the stinger, is facing the dot. The dagger should just have to turn there, and the pentagon... let's see if I got this. I think that's right. I think that's right. That wasn't right. It wasn't right. Dude, they don't give you a lot of time.
The ceiling...
They don't give you a lot of time. You absolutely have to know the combination before you touch it. So we know that the snake is pooping it. I'm not sure what I fucked up there. I thought I had it right. Was this wrong? This might have been wrong. That was wrong.
Uh-oh. Either I'm going through...
Is that not right? No? What'd I fuck up? It didn't change, though. What's interesting, I know the puzzle. I have it drawn out. When I move the snake, it fucks shit up. Unless, did I get the wrong colored dots? Oh my god. No, I couldn't have gotten the wrong colored dots. No, no, no.
The symbol of two birds. Uh-oh. Either I'm going through an unprecedented growth spurt or the ceiling is dropping. I'd better do something and quick.
Did I have the dagger backwards? Oh, maybe the dagger was backwards.
I'm just guessing here.
Oh no, the stinger's supposed to
Spots
face!
look nasty.
I can't... Fuck.
The ceiling...
Shit. I swear I'm good at puzzles. Alright. So theoretically, that is counterclockwise. The white dot is counterclockwise. So this would just have to rotate once. The dagger, when it faces down, has the dot there, so...
The symbol of...
That's right. That's not right. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that?
The ceiling...
Hang on. So the snake is pooping the dot. We know that. Bird penis. The dot is to the right. So that was only that should have only been rotated once. If I rotate it like that, that should be rotated once. The stinger is pointing at the dot. The dagger. If the dot is up here, the dagger needs to point to the right. And the pentagon, the little dicky-do, is to the... Has to be like that. Okay. Yeah, I think the bird is wrong as well. I agree.
The symbol... I moved the last symbol on the wall, and suddenly, the floor drops out from under me.
Did I just die? Uh-oh. How did they film this? Did he actually go down a slide? Hi? Who the fuck are you? Are you Reagan?
Fancy meeting you here.
I could say the same thing.
Well, if I kept you waiting long.
Oh no, I just got here.
Regan, what the hell?
I guess I was supposed to be sitting back in my hotel room like a good little girl, right? Well, I'm sorry, it's just not in my nature to sit around and let someone else make my decisions for me. I mean, I wasn't gonna let you and those two doddering old fools ruin everything I ever worked for. Here we are sitting on the greatest discovery in the history of the world, and they say get rid of it. Get rid of it? Great idea. I mean, who cares how much it's worth? Who cares how great the technology is? Not just to us, but to everyone.
Didn't you hear what Fitzpatrick and Whit were saying? We destroy ourselves with this.
Well, maybe we are ready. I mean, why don't we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt? In the hands of someone like my father, this new technology could open doors we never even imagined.
The problem is, these things don't end up in the hands of people like your father. They never do.
Yeah, it's Hex. I don't know how she got here without the puzzles.
Maybe we should try and find a way out of here, huh?
Dude, that jacket, though. Look at that jacket. The little leather fringies. I like it. Is she actually... No. No. Oh, no, she is... Dude, they put her in. I know this doesn't seem like much. That's actually pretty huge. That we've got a moving sprite. Now, granted, like, okay, you can see a pretty distinct outline. Granted. But still, the fact that we've got a moving sprite there, this is big. I'm impressed.
The statue seems to be reaching toward the light from above. Seems to be about the only way out of here.
She's a hot little number. I agree. Was that a move? Oh.
These pedestals aren't set on the floor, but they seem to be sunken into the floor.
I'm sorry, what? So we got a...
This must be the way we got in here. But even if we could reach it, the tunnel's too steep to climb back through. Looks like that opening is the only way we're gonna get out of here. The statue seems to be reaching toward the light from above. Seems to be about the only way out of here.
Alright, so we're just gonna start fucking with stuff.
Maybe Regan can help me figure something out.
What is that?
I lost my backpack on the way down here. Looks like Regan held on to hers, though.
Did I... Indiana Jones rope?
This rope isn't long enough to reach the windows.
Alright. Let's just talk to her.
So have you got any ideas?
Not at the moment. I was just looking at those holes at the top of the chamber, but even if we could reach them, they're way too small for us to get through. Let's keep looking.
Thanks, Reagan.
Base under this statue doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
Yeah, the General says a point. The whole game is sci-fi, and oh no! Hey, while I was in full screen, Acrobat had a reader update rather. So like that's cool. You can't actually see that. I'm sorry, my camera's in the way, but it did. Dude, if we have to go through this with crashing, I'm gonna need another drink. Fuck me. God damn it. Alright. So I can move these bases. What do they do?
These pedals...
Comes back out. So is there an order? Is this a combination lock puzzle?
These pedals... These ped...
Do I have to put something on them? Right? That's the next assumption. Inventory. Can we put a Mayan shield on it?
Well, that won't work.
Shit. Examine the walls? Well, yeah, you know, that's the smart thing to do.
Some of these figures look like they're ascending to heaven. There must be details in these drawings that can help me figure something out. Some of these figures.
So, they're not going to tell me just by examining. I see people crouch down.
Some of these Well, that
I mean, we've got 4 people standing, people kneeling. I remember what we have to do. No worries. Let me keep thinking. Let me keep working my way through.
these pedestals aren't.
Let me talk to her again.
Maybe Regan.
I don't know.
That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work.
I mean, this is clearly representative of the guy in the middle. Make all 4 of them drop at the same time. I was thinking that of putting items on them. Right, but they all seem to be... What do these 4 represent? Obviously... Oh, this is a different drawing. This is a different drawing.
Most of the figures painted on the wall are in the same position as the statue.
Those figures on the drawing are on the same position as the statue. Right. So you have 2 people kneeling. Can we kneel before the statue? I mean, I know this sounds stupid.
Maybe Regan can.
You got anything that could help us?
Did you look in my backpack? I got some rope.
Shit. So my thought was to recreate this scene. And I guess, like, I have to kind of assume this as an escape room. I would have 2 people kneel here. But that doesn't seem to be the answer. This is definitely the answer. This raises it. Can we use a rope on the statue's arms to get us out of here?
That doesn't seem to do anything.
No?
The statue seems to.
Wait.
Too heavy for me to do by myself. I could use a little help here.
I don't...
Overside, honey. I'll move it.
Please, over here.
I'm not sure what I did.
There it goes.
I went from, well, that didn't work, to trying to move it. Right, I used the rope. I thought he said, well, that didn't work.
Yeah, the statue's broken into large fragments, but they're still too heavy to lift. The fragment from the statue has a good-sized crack in it. If I could break this thing into 2 pieces, they'd be small enough so I could lift them.
So... Do I combine this with the bullets? No? Ah, I'm taking the bullets apart. The jackknife from the very beginning of the goddamn... No? Well, shit. I assume that I actually took the bullets apart. I don't think I did. Oh, I have to examine. Okay. That wasn't my thought. It wasn't just random combination. I thought about taking the bullets apart. You know.
I need to find some type of container.
Okay, gotta put the container. Yeah. I'm getting this now. What if you... Is this a stuck condition if you didn't have these things? Like, how would you get out of here? Oh, you find it in her backpack. Okay.
There's no way I can lift this piece, even with Regan's help. This fragment looks just small enough for me to pick it up.
So we have a fragment now. I don't think I can get the other ones.
There's no way. There's no... This fragment...
Same with the black dagger. Okay, so but what would you do with the black dagger if you couldn't... You find it in the dagger room. Interesting. Okay, so the game... That's cool. Heck. So we're going to use our statue fragments to lower these things down.
Well,
That's the jackknife. That's the... please.
After you.
Whoa! She weighs like what, $110? Come on, Tex. For all athletics. She's got to be rolling some acrobatics right now, too.
Come on, Regan.
She rolled a nat 20 in deception. I don't trust that shit still. Doesn't matter. Oh, well, fuck. Put her up first. No, don't shield her. Have her shield you. No. What are you doing?
Nag. Look at that.
Oh, they're both blue-eyed. Didn't notice that before. I never knew Tex was blue-eyed. I have a closer relationship. That's probably why I love these games so much. It's like this connection.
Oh, it's beautiful, just like a huge Christmas present just waiting to be opened.
I guess I should call Fitzpatrick and tell him we found it.
Don't call him. Let's just keep this between ourselves, just between you and me.
That isn't how it works, Regan.
But it can. We can have everything we ever wanted. I know people. We just have to tell them where the ship is. They'll give us everything we ever wanted. We can spend the rest of our lives together.
That isn't right, Regan.
What have you got to go back to? I mean, look at your life. It's a dead end and you know it.
Oh!
You can play it safe, spend the rest of your life with that little mutant girlfriend of yours, struggling and never taking a
How
chance.
do you know about Chelsea?
Oh!
What does it matter? You can have it all. Wealth, freedom, me.
Look, my life may not seem like much to you. My mutant girlfriend's not the most glamorous woman in the world. But I happen to feel a certain obligation to do what's right, and not just what serves my best interests.
What a lovely little speech.
Oh, the fucking NSA guy!
Now be a good little private eye and hand me that communicator. Or would you prefer that I blast a hole in you and take it myself?
Oh no.
Thank you. Well, I thought you'd be more surprised to see me.
Oh, I figured the NSA would be around here. I'm just wondering why I didn't smell you first.
This isn't official business. No. It's a purely personal matter between Miss Madsen and myself.
I offered you a piece of the action, Tex. You got no one to blame but yourself.
So you and Cross have been working together since the beginning?
It's disillusioning, isn't it? Well, it might make you feel better to know that she's taken a liking to you. I mean, I wanted to do away with you right away. And she convinced me that she could bring you over to our side. You look like you're a stronger man than I am.
Yeah, well, I guess we're just not cut from the same cloth.
I found out about Malloy and the NSA. Then I met Miss Madsen when I was looking for her father. Can you imagine someone selling out her own father?
I didn't sell him out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. At first, we didn't have much luck tracking down Malloy's boxes, but then you came along.
You can't
I
call
don't know
her a
whether
box.
it was luck or whether you're that good. But anyway, I decided to let you do the work. It was a good decision, don't you think? I mean, here we are at the appointed place and time.
You're not going to get away with it, Cross.
Oh, no? I don't see anybody here who's going to stop me.
Louis?
You know, when I first saw you, I wanted to blow your brains out. Not because I didn't like you. No, you're a very resourceful fellow. No, I wanted to kill you because I enjoy killing people. I find it very satisfying.
Yeah, well, I figured the way you played me for a sucker, you ought to be the one that pulls the trigger.
You're too good for your own good.
Enough talk! Say goodbye, Murphy.
Wait! Don't shoot. Spare him, and I will lead you to that which you seek.
Is
That's
that
a trick.
Fitzpatrick? Fitzpatrick?
No, man. I won't kill him.
Is that the alien getup?
Anyway.
What is that? What is that costume?
Lead the way.
What is that costume? Oh God. Oh my! This is my favorite game series ever. I've played 2 games in it, and I love it. I mean, not ironic. This is better than King's Quest. fucking love this game. This is incredible.
Who are you, Tex?
I might ask the same question to you.
That will be disclosed. Would you step off the beam, please? This is an historical moment. We are standing in the midst of history, those who arrived with the ship. If not our fathers, the fathers of our race, were at least the guardians and guides of our ancestors. This is a holy place.
Enough of this fanfare. What's in there?
That is the generator chamber, and the light you see is coming from the main power cell.
So let's take a look at that, shall we?
Oh my god.
Your option.
I love it. I love it. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. He is like 6'4". Holy shit. Or 6'6"? Tex is a giant. Oh my god, this is so good.
Wait for my signal.
Oh no!
Let him go. We've got what we wanted.
Tex, you must help me to get this ship off the Earth, off this planet as soon as possible.
Why?
Explosives! Anti-hydrogen pods set to go off in a very few minutes. We've got to get this ship as far as possible from the planet Earth in that little time.
You know how to fly?
I know!
How do you know it even works?
I know how to fly this thing. My father, a long time ago. Listen to me now, follow me. This is important. My mother's an American woman in Nebraska, but my father's DNA is in me. I know how to fly this ship. Now, you must find the black sun symbol and press it.
Oh, this is a lot of stress. Oh, please. No.
Find black sun. Black sun button, press it. Then
North circle
North.
red?
circle,
Where's my pen?
red. North, circle, red. East, cross.
Oh,
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
I'm sorry, what? Can I not? I can't even pull up tips. Are you fucking kidding me? North? Circle? Oh, that was red first. North, circle, red. Nothing is actually responding. Oh god. Oh god. North, circle, red, east cross? East cross. Do it! I did north circle, red, east cross! North circle, red. Oh, he said it twice! North circle. Ah, fucking shitballs. North circle, red. North circle, red. East cross. Oh, find the dark sun!
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
Okay, so I guess that's a loss. North circle red. East cross and find the black sun. What the fuck is... What's the black sun? I don't remember the symbol of the black sun. It looked like a sun. Then guess the rest because he died? Heck! I mean, black sun? Alright. Alright, hang on. We're gonna die here. North circle red, east crossed, black sun.
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
Right, the black crystal is what I was thinking. So north circle red. I mean, I can try and go symbol and color. Black. None of these look like suns. The circle looks like a sun to me. Sun. If you need the text, I got it as an image. Well, what am I missing here? The black sun is the power button.
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
So I pressed the power to start, right? And I did north circle red, and then I did east and cross, and that was wrong. When you did north circle red, 3 dots lit up next to it. Oh. North circle red. 3 dots. I mean, I thought east cross was it. East cross. And a color. And a color. He didn't say another color. I have to get? Wait, what the fuck is a guess? It's a pattern, though? Is there literally no way you could figure this out?
North circle red. Now what?
North circle red. North circle red. East cross. Pattern is cardinal direction, symbol, color. Right. I get that. I get north down cross black. Why down? It wouldn't be down cross black. I mean, it would still have to be east because he said east cross. Why black though? East cross black, north circle red, east cross. Oh, because it's a mirror? No, it's not a mirror though. North 2. So if I were to go over 2 and 1, like, because black mirrors red? Find the black sun, the black... Okay. Okay, the black sun makes a little more sense to me. So if we did north circle red, east cross black, I think I broke it. North circle red fills out this side, and then east cross... No, oh, okay. It actually is just a guess. It's a fucking guess. North circle red, east cross... Because, like, that's the pattern. Okay, I get that. That's the pattern. North circle red, east cross blue. North circle red, east... You have to fucking guess. This is the stupidest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Because if you look at it, these lights disappear if you get it wrong. So north circle red gets these lights, and east cross, it's probably one of these buttons. So north circle red, east cross white. North circle red, east cross bomb. No. North circle red, east cross blue? No. So it's not even on this side. North circle red, east cross yellow. North circle red, east cross... Oh my god. And then what? So north circle red, east crossed orange, I think was it, right?
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
Are you fucking kidding me? I think it was east cross orange. Right? Security scan. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a brute force puzzle. This is a very bad puzzle. Right, you know it's wrong when the lights go out, so you have to brute force this puzzle. And there was a number of brute force puzzles. North circle red. East cross orange. Wait, what? Did it not do? North circle red. East cross orange. South? So it looks like south is next. South moon? Blue? You have to put in 3 symbols? Hang on. North circle red. You have to put in 3 symbols. That's beyond bullshit. It's not... You can't even brute force your way through it.
What was it Fitzpatrick said? North circle red. Now what?
Yeah, I'm super against this. That makes sense to me. North circle red, and he said east crossed, and fine, I have to figure one out, but I don't... this is just brute forcing. Blue Journalist, do you know if it's possible to figure out this answer without brute forcing? If it is, I'd like to figure it out. If it's not possible to figure out without brute forcing, I just want the answer, because that's dumb as shit. I guess if someone can look up this final solution to know if it has to be brute forced or if it can be figured out. Like, I get north circle red. I get east cross orange. And then, like, would I have to go west through all of the symbols and all the fucking colors? Only to find out that... Hint won't give me anything. Yeah, game players level. I don't want to change it. The hint makes fun of you. I don't know of a solution. Minus, I know I saw these symbols in the temple, but I didn't see a circle or a cross. Oh, so there's a bit of logic. You won't see it. Do you listen to the last word? He said, North Circle red, you need to find the rest yourself. Are you fucking kidding me? If you're on the Boulevard of Broken Dreams path, which I assume I am, don't worry about this puzzle. You won't see it. Did you listen to the words of Fitzpatrick? He said, North Circle red. And you have to figure out the rest yourself. I'll make a hint. Well, I guess Blue Jonalith just gave the answer. Yeah. That's fine. I'm so disappointed in that. I'm so disappointed. North Circle red. East cross. And because I figured out orange. But there is no way you would get south. Where we are? South triangle yellow. West diamond green. West diamond green did not do it? Oh, did I hit east? I hit east. Oh shit! Now I lost that hint in the chat.
What was it Fitzpatrick said?
Fuck.
North Circle
Can you
red.
put that hint up? Because if I alt tab, it's gonna break the game. If I alt tab, it's gonna break. Can you give that answer again? North Circle red, East cross orange. We got that. South triangle yellow. West diamond green. That's so... That's really disappointing. That's really disappointing. There's no way. Nothing would tell me this. North circle red. East cross orange. East cross. South triangle south triangle yellow. Triangle yellow. And then West diamond green. West diamond green. Launch? For a final puzzle, I'm so disappointed.
You shouldn't have taken your eyes off him.
Yeah? Well, where were you? Murphy, if you'll open up, I'll be very nice to you.
Is he in the costume shop? Is that a dress to the left of the screen, his right? What is that? Is that wardrobe?
Open up, Murphy.
It's a tree? Is there more to this game? I can't imagine there's more. That's got to be the end, right? Okay, that's the
Not
ending.
long after, Elijah Witt shows up. As we fly home, I fill him in on what happened. He's kind enough to write me a check to cover my expenses, and then some. Chelsea's back in town, and we arranged to meet at the Bruin Stoop for a drink.
Yeah, we do.
The experience with Regan has taught me a few things. I've decided the world's too ugly a place to live in alone. Maybe I am ready to try this love thing with Chelsea.
Oh, does Chelsea...
That trip to Phoenix did you a world of good.
I just need some time to renew myself.
Listen, before we go very much further, I want to tell you that I've been a world-class schmuck. Sometimes
Hey.
I wouldn't know a good thing if it came right up and punched me in the face.
Tex.
Hold on, because I've been practicing the speech and I don't want to screw it up. While you were away, I was tempted by another woman. Okay, I know it's hard to believe. I turned her down, but everything that's happened since you left has made me look at things in a different way. And I'm thinking maybe now I'm ready to settle down and have a real life. I'm just hoping you're still willing to give me a shot.
Tex, sweetheart. You know, while I was down in Phoenix,
Oh,
I really
no!
had time to think, and well, I came to the conclusion that I may have gotten a little ahead of myself. You know, turning 30 could have caused me to be just a little rash.
No, Chelsea, I don't think you're the one who was rash. I think it was me, a big red scratchy one.
No, it's not you, Tex. It's me. Well, I'd always be asking too much, like wanting you to be totally reliable. Look, I value our friendship, and
Oh.
I don't want anything to spoil it.
So just like that, she pulls out the dagger of rejection, buries it into my chest, rips out my heart, and feeds it to the cat.
It's not that bad, come on. Anyway, that's why I signed up for the holiday dating service. No hassles and no commitments.
Hello, dating. Never heard of it.
Let's just start it up, and it is the perfect solution.
A ghost? What the fuck is that?
That's a great outfit, Chelsea. What color is it? Scarlet? It's one of my favorites.
Here's my date.
Frankly, my dear, we better get a move on it. The Haagen-Dazs is melting.
Oh.
Okay, so he's handsome, but he's not real.
So what is?
Honey, who is that misfit?
Well, Chelsea could be right. Maybe I should just call this holiday place. I cannot believe that I'm gonna do this.
Holiday service. How can I help you, kid?
Say, aren't you...
Sure am, kid. This must be your first call. Who can I set you up with?
Oh, man, in that case. You know, I've always had a hankering for Jane Mansfield. Of course, Anna Nicole Smith, she's great too.
I like your style, kid. And this is your lucky day. Since it's Tuesday, we have the 2-for-1 special. When should I send them over?
Give me a second to get ready. How about 15 minutes?
15 minutes? They're on the way.
You know, this could be the beginning of a...
Yeah. You know how many times a day I hear that line?
This is so fucking depressing.
Well, maybe it's not a perfect world. There'll be other cases, and there may even be a real woman waiting for me somewhere down the road. But until then, there are worse ways to spend time than playing strip parcheesi with Jane and Anna Nicole. Sure, they're not real. But like Chelsea said, what is?
2570 out of 4,000 points. Congratulations. You've completed your trip down Lombard Street. You didn't end up winning the love and affection of either Chelsea or Reagan, but by resisting the lure of easy money, you somehow managed to help save the world. Now you may want to follow one of two other paths through the story, both of which contain new scenes and conversations. To find Mission Street, you will need to take the high road, be kind and thoughtful, and do the right thing. Really? To find the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, you will need to make... I guess that's kind of what I was on? Heck!
The office lights
Who's
are
that?
growing dim. The candles, they don't help. The only thing that passes through my grin is pain I've never felt. Oh, 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 oh.
A solid game.
The street outside
Not too bad.
is deadly dark.
There were definitely some puzzles.
If
We
you
will watch the
listen,
true ending. We're gonna pull up the
you
true
can
ending in just a minute.
hear
I do like going through the credits.
A
It's
million
a little bit of a tick for me.
brave
Not a tick. I guess just something I like to do.
and people
None of us are reading these names.
disappear.
None of us really care. But it's important for me that they get their recognition. They get, like,
now
you know, what they
that
did for the game.
dark is light. Reason seems to lose its will to fight.
Richie
These
Havens
lonely
singing.
blues I get in flight. So I'll drink myself asleep another night.
It's not bad. I would listen to this. Like, I know I'm kind of joking out a little bit. You didn't miss much, Nishmo. Chelsea rejected me. She went on a holo date, and, you know, I basically wound up alone.
I'm just the son of some bad history.
This isn't bad, though.
Can't get no higher,
I would absolutely
higher,
listen to
no
this.
higher.
Like, unironically, I'd listen to this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I got two
I got
hot dates, but they aren't
one
real.
last chance to get it right. The connection is
Yeah, there it is, Texas
fading.
Lament by Richie Havens.
You can bet your life I won't give up the fight. Because my sanity ain't worth trading. It ain't worth trading. Oh, when day
This is solid. I like the
right,
music.
I always seem to lose the things I seem to choose that makes it right. So I'll close my eyes and sleep with all my might. So I'll close my eyes and sleep with all my might.
Once the copyright strikes, yeah.
And maybe when I wake, it'll be alright.
Nice. What a game. I mean, it's funny. I enjoyed Under a Killing Moon more than Pandora Directive. But it was not a bad game by any stretch. Definitely a great series. I think what got to me was it was a very frustrating game. It took some of the sins of 90s point and click adventures, and you know, the game had better plot and acting. I'll agree. I guess I'm not playing point and click adventures today for, like, the storyline or the acting or anything. I played for the puzzle solving. It was really solid, though. It was definitely a good game. A lot of frustrations. Much more frustration than Under a Killing Moon. However, the Tex Murphy series was one I never grew up with as a kid, and it's really cool to live that as an adult. Right? I played through so many of the King's Quest games as a kid. I played through the Dig, Full Throttle, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. I played through all these games as a kid, and so playing them again as an adult, it was like, oh, this awesome trip down memory lane. This I had no idea who Tex Murphy who Tex Murphy was, rather. And I loved it. I love the character. I love the story. I love the plot of it, the fun of it. Yes, I will absolutely play more of them. I'm absolutely going to play more of them. I said this one was particularly frustrating in some of the puzzles and everything, but it's a lot of the sins of 90s point and clicks. Point and click adventures died. I don't think because they were too difficult or anything. I think because it was very easy to solve them and it didn't feel rewarding. Had I solved that last puzzle, that doesn't feel rewarding to me. That was a brute force push through. The calendar puzzle felt very rewarding to me, and you get this little burst of like, yes, I did it. That doesn't I guess translate to puzzles that aren't fun to solve. Right? A puzzle that's overly difficult because there's no logic to it is really frustrating. I think what makes a point-and-click adventure fun, as you play more of them and you figure stuff out, is looking for patterns. Right? You start getting into the head of the developer. You start thinking, like, how does this developer think? How would this developer solve the problem? And that's how that helps me get to a conclusion. But there was definitely a few puzzles that, like, you have to brute force your way through. And, yeah, you see into the Matrix. It was an oversaturation of the market with a bad game. Yes. I think the problem was there wasn't a great point and click. Right? Because even the great ones of the time, you look at King's Quest Air Today, Gone Tomorrow, might be one of the ones that's considered like a top point and click adventure. And that had still points where like you could get stuck. You could get into unwinnable states. And that's a sin of point and click adventures. King's Quest V was famous for it. Monkey Island was good. The LucasArts games in general. Gabriel Knight 2 was terrible. Gabriel Knight 2 was, but I mean I enjoyed playing it. There's a part of me, part of my personality is I'm a believer that anyone who does something with passion is enjoyable. One of my best examples of that is, unironically, I love The Room. Tommy Wiseau's The Room. I love it. And I get The Room is terrible acting, terrible story, plot lines that go nowhere, but you cannot doubt the passion that Tommy Wiseau put into that. And so I genuinely believe that anyone who puts a major passion into something, it transcends the medium. That was your sex life. Absolutely. Like, we went to see The Disaster Artist in theaters. I was so happy to see that. Grim Fandango came out and flopped despite being good. Yeah, it became the end of point and click because I don't think they were fun to play for most people. Right? I think as guides came out, and like people came up, like, how am I supposed to figure that out? That's stupid. Well, I think a lot of people would think the same thing of puzzles that I can solve. Right? I think the the same people, like puzzles that I can solve, they're like, well, how would you figure that out? That's dumb. Those are okay with me, as long as there's logic to it, as long as there's something I can base it off of. If I have to brute force a puzzle, I'm out. It's not fun. And if I have to brute force like one number, okay. If I have to like brute force just a couple parts, I can even do that. But it's brute forcing like all of that. That was just like, oh, this is bullshit. So you know what? I'm gonna refill my drink real quick. I want to watch the good ending of Tex Murphy. So give me just a few minutes, and I'll be back, and we can talk more. All right, here we go. Let's exit out. And let's watch that good ending. I gotta get a new mouse. The middle mouse button on my mouse broke. Fucking Fortnite. Goddamn Epic Game Store.
Not long after, Elijah Witt shows up. As we fly home, I fill him in on what happened. He's kind enough to write me a check to cover my expenses, and then some. As soon as I'm alone in my office, my thoughts turn to Chelsea. Regan had been the ultimate temptation, but it's only made me more sure about my feelings for Chelsea. I give her a call, and we make a date for a long overdue dinner in her apartment.
So the spacecraft gets higher and higher, and it finally disappears. And then about 5 seconds later, BAM! There is this huge explosion. And I guess there's just little pieces of Jackson Cross and Regan scattered all over the Andes Mountains.
That's... wow.
That is quite a story. I mean, what does that make it? 4, 5 times now you've saved the world. Don't you ever get tired of doing the same old thing?
Do I detect a little note of skepticism here? You don't think I make these things up, do you?
Oh, who, me? Of course not, sweetie. It's just that, well, no one has ever actually seen you saving the world. And you know how people are. Seeing is believing.
Okay, that does it. I'm retiring. This is a dirty job. I am underpaid. And when I get through cleaning up other people's problems, I get tossed aside like a loaded Huggy.
Come on, it's not that bad. Besides, Mr. Detective, I love you just exactly the way you are. Warts and all.
How did you know about my wart?
Lucky guess. Are you all finished with dinner?
Yeah, I'm pretty well done with that. What do you call that anyway?
Lasagna.
I'll tell you, that's not what my dad had called it. You're brutal.
Okay, so if you're all done, I have a surprise for you, and I want you to stay right there, and I'm gonna be right back after I change.
So maybe it's not a perfect world, but right now it's pretty damn close. Maybe no one will ever believe what happened to me, but I'll get over that. Because I'm caught up on my rent and I still got some cash left over. On top of that, I just had dinner with the girl of my dreams, and now it's time for a little dessert.
A little too anxious.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Can I show this on Twitch?
Cover your eyes.
Can I show this on Twitch? Can I show this on Twitch?
Okay, you can open them.
You know, I've got a coat just like that.
No TOS, no TOS, no TOS. It's Louis. What?
When I was down in Phoenix, I learned to square dance, and it is so much fun. And I know how you love to dance.
It's just that I was kind of expecting something different.
Oh, I know what you had in mind. And apparently no one's taught you the true meaning of do-si-do.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, I want to learn. I want to learn.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So even the person who got this fucking thing done didn't get 4,000 points. Wow. Wow. Welp. You know, let's see, what do we want to do? Now, where's the bad ending? Yeah, I guess what's the worst ending? There's a secret ending. Alright, we can watch the secret ending. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. That's what. Modern point and click. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Dark Help, thank you so much. I'll absolutely give it a look. Hand drawn. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's the bad ending? Alright, okay, we're good now. Tex has a gun?
Up until this moment, Murphy, I've had my doubts about you. It's good to know I can trust you. But you should have known that I'd want to do the honors myself.
Hold on. He's been on the ship. He might know something we don't.
Maybe you're right. Lead on, old man. Lead the way.
Oh, you get locked in there with them. This is the canon ending,
What
by
are
the
you
way.
standing there for, Murphy? Come give us a hand.
You guys ever heard of the word please?
I'm sorry, what?
You're too late. We'll be out of Earth's atmosphere momentarily.
What the hell are you doing?
I am deciding that the four of us must die, rather than let you destroy the Earth.
Now, wait just a minute. You mean...
It means we're screwed.
No. Dead.
None of us know when our time's gonna be up, but for some reason, I didn't imagine it was gonna be like this. But in retrospect, I suppose I pretty much deserved it. Man, I don't know what got into me. I mean, I haven't always been the most righteous guy in the world, but some of the things I did just seemed so out of character. Well, looks like I'll have plenty of time for speculation now.
I see you're back again.
Really?
Yeah, it's me.
This is getting old, Murphy.
No. I bet you it was the same lines from the last one. Right? I'll bet you it was the same lines that they didn't get James Earl Jones back for that. They just used the same ones recycled from Killing Moon. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Well, dude, I really enjoyed it. I guess Overseer is next. And we'll work our way through that. Not quite yet. Well, what do we want to do? Because, like, dude, I'm not done. What is Blue Lincoln to me? That's another ending? Sure, I'll watch another ending. Quick roll 2 times. Yeah, I won't be starting Overseer tonight. I may go back to Solasta. I kind of want to play more of that.
Wait for my signal.
Oh, Tex gets shot!
Sorry, Tex.
We've got anti-hydrogen pods on board. I've got to get as far away from the Earth as possible.
Oh, you get this ending if
before
you
the
sleep with
explosion.
Reagan. Oh no. Wait, this asshole does the thing for me? I should have slept with Reagan.
I'll be very nice to you.
Game has better endings than Mass Effect 3. I agree. Well, that's not gonna work. What are you yelling at me for? Oh.
Elijah Witt picks me up sometime later and flies me to the nearest hospital. The doctors were able to repair the damage done to my leg. Now if they could do the same for my relationship with Chelsea. I can't face her after what happened with Regan. I decide I need a change of scenery and I leave town, looking for someplace where I can figure out who I am and what I want.
Wow! Wow!
Hey, Jumbo, you're on.
Wow!
It's showtime!
Alright, well, we didn't get that ending. Um, so yeah, closing thoughts on that game. First of all, like, I would love nothing more than to meet the guy who did Tex Murphy. Right? He clearly had a passion. He clearly had something he wanted to live out, and that's so awesome to me. How many of us are kind of afraid to pursue it? How many of us are afraid to go after it or anything like that? The dude, like, made his mark on history. That's so awesome. Right? Like, we can joke about the campy dialogue or anything like that, but clearly Tex loved this game. Chris Jones is awesome. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name at the time. I apologize. For this to come out, it's everything. You know, that's so cool to me. That's so cool to be able to follow your life's passion in that way. And as him being like a person who wasn't just an actor, but very much involved in the game itself. That's so awesome. That's so cool. Oh, I'd love nothing more than to just like talk with him about how he had the courage to do something like this. Right, and I'm 6'2", and I'm gonna crane my neck to look up at that giant. Yeah, definitely some parts of the game that I disliked puzzle-wise, but does not take it all away from the respect of what someone did putting into this. It's fantastic. One more thing. What do we got here? Oh, Archie Ellis survives. Right, Archie Ellis died. Oh, goddamn!
Hey, Murph, I'm calling from Bermuda. It's me, Archie. I just wanted to call and say thanks for the tip you left me. You were right. Someone broke into the shop and wrecked everything. But who cares? I'm in Bermuda. I rented a boat today, and I'm going to the Bermuda Triangle. I gotta go. Thanks again, Murph.
These poor actresses. These poor actresses.
Had to have been Clinton. Now, she was an alien.
She was. Oh shit.
Well, I'm glad Archie's safe and
Is
sound.
that a Hillary Clinton reference?
Only the rest of us were so lucky.
That can't be right. Was that a Hillary Clinton reference? That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, again, I'll kind of capitalize on that. Someone who has a passion for a project is watchable. Basically, no matter what. I think it's why esports kind of take off, and you've got, Bill Clinton was president when this came out, so probably. Is that a Hillary Clinton joke in the 90s? Okay, all right. It's also 2021 right now, so but yeah, that passion for creating a game. It's so cool. I really do need to sit down and learn. I have a board game that I created. That I never saw come to light. I actually built a physical version of it. But I wanted to put it as a video game. And I never saw it come to light. I need to do that. I really need to sit down with Python a little bit more and learn to actually program game-wise. The only programming game-wise I've ever done was C++ and OpenGL. I made a board game as a project. But yeah, I gotta sit down and really work on that. Yeah, game predicts 9/11, Homeland Security, another thing. It's funny. What was the Deus Ex? Deus Ex did not have the Twin Towers as part of New York, which was kind of a cool thing based on when the game came out and based on when that happened. It was just like a neat little detail. Oh man. C#, if you want to try programming for fun. Yeah. What did I worked on the graphic library of XNA. XNA, I think, was based on C#. I never did. I made a little aerial shooter where you had a controller. You could control little, I made 1942 type of a game where little planes came down and stuff like that. Probably find a way to contact Chris Jones and stream an interview or something. Maybe. Part of it is that this is not my life, right? At the end of the day, I'm an IT manager, and that's my life, that's my job, that's who I am. I honestly don't ever want to bleed into more work into this than what I like doing. And I feel like if I start, I'm going to try and contact someone to set up an interview, it's weird. I'd like to get the guy a drink. I'd love to buy Chris Jones a drink. And, can we sit at the bar for a couple hours and you just tell me about your life? I would love that. They're trying to make a new Tex Murphy? Uh, yeah, it's a great series. It really is. It's a lot of fun. Um, so there's the toe that you know. It and it's tough today, right? It's so tough today. I think trying to recapture that passion is so difficult. It's so difficult. I think it's a challenge to try and find a part of the difficulty with the passion. Um, is you didn't have the negativity of the internet that shits on you. And it doesn't matter who you are as a person, that constant negative feedback is all you're ever going to focus on. That constant negative feedback is all you're going to pay attention to. And it's not great, but I think that's just human, right? I think we as people just do that. We focus on what's negative, and that's the biggest passion killer, right? That so as you're working on a project and it's not going out, it's not working, you know. Poisoned Pawn has Chris heavily involved. That's cool. It's got to be cool being Chris Murphy, and Chris Murphy, Chris Jones, Tex Murphy, Chris Jones, of like I made something that fans now want to pick up and build on. Oh. It's interesting, microtransactions and stuff. I guess my opinion on it, like DLC was the evil thing back years and years ago. Like DLC was what was going to end video games of like, this is so greedy. And I don't agree with that. Microtransactions, I get, because video games are still a business. Video games, you're still trying to build off of. I think one of the leading problems today is that video games cost about the same from when I was a kid, like that $60 price mark, to today. I honestly think games today should be much more expensive. And I know that's like why they should be. Games are undervalued for what they are. For the amount of entertainment that you get out of it. If I buy a movie, movies yesteryear used to cost about $20 to buy a DVD or anything like that. They're not quite as much today, but you don't actually own it most of the time. You buy it on Amazon, you buy it on, the Google Play Store, you buy it somewhere else. So you don't actually own the copy of it. I guess what I can compare it to is food. Right? Like, if I'm going to go out to dinner, a nice dinner, an enjoyable dinner for, like, Senevera and myself is probably going to be about $100. And that doesn't mean, like, but that's like going out to a nice restaurant. We're getting the steak, we're getting, like, a drink, an appetizer, something like that. It's probably going to be about $100, $120 with tip or something like that. And that's entertainment just for that night. Right? That's entertainment just for then. And that's the entertainment that we come up with, that we're talking to each other on. If you look at video games in the same light that you look at food, they're very undervalued. But, because we can certainly, like, just eat ramen tonight. We can eat cheap, we can do something like that. I think games need to be more expensive for a good game. Ramen is a bad example. I actually had ramen for lunch today, like really good ramen, which was awesome. That's why it's on my brain. What's interesting, like Baldur's Gate 3. You know what? Let me put out Divinity Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2. The amount of fun that I had playing that game, if they charged me $100 for that game, 200 because Cinevera was in it, so $100 for both of us. Yes, that was worth it. That was good. I would do it. It Takes Two is absolutely not worth, I think, $40 for one person. It should have been $80. But they're never going to sell that. They're never going to sell that. And I know that that's anti-consumer, but it's a little bit anti-business of the people who are putting everything into it. The people who made It Takes Two put a lot into it. And I think it's about paying what people put into it. The amount of entertainment that you get into it, the amount of enjoyment that you get from it is kind of special. It's interesting. It's nobody wants to pay more for a product. Nobody wants to pay more to do something. But at the end of the day, it's kind of worth it. And an indie game takes off, right? An indie game explodes, and it makes all these millions of dollars, and people say, like, well, why can't you make that? Because that was something special that came out. Right? That was something special that happened. And special things happen. But an indie game, to me, an indie game today should probably cost $50, $60, and a AAA game should cost $100. Now, granted, we're also getting rid of some of the DLC, right? We're also getting rid of this idea of season pass, this idea of always online. We're getting rid of some of those things to make this acceptance. Big money would go to execs instead of the devs for AAA. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think one of the things that's difficult to do is you have to look at executives that they have a job and they don't just sit around doing nothing. That they have a job and their job is getting these people hired. And it's not them, right? The dude who's sitting at the very top is not hiring the developer. The dude who's sitting at the very top is not but he's hiring the person who's hiring the developer, or who's hiring like the HR who hires the developer. It's a long chain, and I wish you could even it out. I think most people in video game, the people who made Cyberpunk 2077, I played through the game because I know the work they put into it, right? I played through the game with the bugs, with everything. I think I could probably even pull up that, like, I played through it. How many hours I got? 65 hours. 65 hours is not bad. I got 21 out of 44 achievements. I didn't play it more than what I needed to. Right? I played through it. But it shows, I guess, like, I wanted to respect the developers who made it. And honestly, it's if they push the release six months back, I disagree, Jello. And I don't think it would have changed much. I really don't. I think if you gave it another 6 months, you could have given it... If it came out 6 months later, you would have said the same thing. You'd have said, if another 6 months came out, this game would have been great. And then if we waited another year, another 6 months, and this game would have been really... This game was years away from being what we wanted. But look at No Man's Sky. That's an awesome point. Very, very... No Man's Sky really took a game that shit the bed and turned it into something fun. I haven't played it yet. I know Cinevera has and has really enjoyed it since the re-release. Bloodlines 2. I would play Bloodlines 2. And actually, you know what? I guess just asking chat of the folks that are here, do you guys prefer me just bullshitting random stuff? Or would you like me to boot up Celesta and play a game? I actually don't mind either way. And I'll probably bullshit either way. But if you'd prefer a game in the background, I can do that. It depends a little bit on what folks want. I don't know how to make a poll. I kind of prefer this, no game. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, it's poll for the command. I don't actually know, like /poll. Open a setup to create a poll. I don't know how. Where's my stream manager? Carney. Oh, can I pull up? Just do a straw poll. A straw poll might work. Actually, though, gotta get that unpaid intern Carney in here. We can do straw poll. I think I can do straw poll. And you know what? Now it's easier. Nishmo got a poll up. Oh shit, he did it? No, he didn't. Oh shit, chiller game. Yes. Oh my god. Thank you, Nishmo. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so I appreciate it. Means Nishmo can't vote. Oh, I gotta open a window. Ugh. It's super, like, who the fuck cares, but it meant a lot to me. FF14 logs. This is a pretty big deal for me. So me as the bard, does it have my latest logs? It doesn't. It doesn't. This is pretty awesome for me. Like, I'm not a super great gamer, but to have numbers like this, so this is the percentile of like how good you are to people who have uploaded logs. So for like the first fight, Cloud of Darkness, I'm better than 75% of the bards. Shadowkeeper better than 62, 68, 54, 47, although those aren't accurate numbers for the last one at least, because I got this. Last pull, last kill. Damage done. I got a 58 on the last one, which, like, and especially if our group, like, I did the best at the DPS. Oh my god. I felt so good. Right? Like, I can't even describe to you how happy I was to get a number like that. This is iPony's. iPony's sitting pretty clean with a 68. So he's doing. He's in the top 68th percentile of Astros. Let's look him up real quick. If you haven't watched him or anything like that for his FF14s, a really solid. I mean, yeah, his number is 73.9. I mean, you look at these numbers, much better than me. Much better than me. Yeah. What is that? Is he in a mech? That's got to be a mechanist. What the fuck is that glam? He changed. Wow. He got the Crystal Tower hat. Yeah, no, I wanted it. I didn't realize that you could take the little sunglasses off of it. But yeah, like, obviously much better than me. 73.9, clearly much better than 61.6. But yeah, like, I felt good about this. Like, this was, hey, yo, you know. Look at that. It's Togoff-ish. It's actually a solid hat. I love this hat. Right? I think it's like the Griffin hat of aiming. I love the little curve up. Oh man, so good. So good. He doesn't play red. Do I not play red anymore, or Guano, Carney? Both. Did I not install this? Shit, I gotta install this. This should be tomorrow, Amori. For those of you interested, I plan to start it after I get my second dose of vaccine. That will be tomorrow at about 2:30. So I'm gonna basically just spend the day playing through that. Looks like chill and chat 1. Good enough. Yeah, we can do that for a little while. Does that mean I need to do, like, hot tub and removing buttons for donations or subs? I think so. I think so. But I'm looking forward to Amori. Only if you swap to just chatting. I could do a poll for that too. No. I'm gonna keep the shirt on. Well, I should probably move chat then. Oh shit, no. Should probably move this then to here. Poll 1 button or 2 buttons. Oh, but right, now it's gonna do this. Yeah, I guess I can't do that. I'm learning. Yeah, what else? Point and click adventures. I am happy to see a little bit of a resurgence in them. I'm happy to see them starting to come back to life. Right? We've seen some really good ones. If you guys haven't played Thimbleweed and like point and click adventures, absolutely recommend it. I need a chat overlay. I do. Carney, design my chat overlay, buddy. You're still unpaid intern, but so what is hide swap? Let's just take a look at it. The fact that it's all hand-drawn is pretty cool. Little battle system? Have I played any of the Phoenix Wrights? I have not. I've not played Phoenix Wright at all. I've heard they're pretty decent fun. Let's see, what is this? Monster in the yard, monster in the house, monster in the hall. Beating on your door. Your brother's trapped in the tree house, so he's not going to be much help. You're going to have to get yourself out of this. Where do they come from, and how are you supposed to deal with this? Well, certainly not by cowering in your room. That's for cowards. Love letter to 90s adventures. Ish. And I'm curious. It's definitely a very different graphic style from 90s adventures type games. You're not going to find any game that looks like this from the 90s. Just the art style and everything is very different. But that doesn't mean the puzzles or anything, and that might be what they're talking about. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's all about. That certainly could be fun. Hina best girl, Gundam best boy, and that's the objective. Oh goodness. I have no idea what that means. So the battle system's actually a puzzle. Somewhat short, but very wide style of game. Cool. We got a Weebify toe. Yeah. You know, I'm tough with anime. I've really tried to get into anime, and I've really tried to like enjoy it. And I think what always pulls me out is it's really tough to get totally immersed. I guess it's called like the fan service stuff. You know, like that to me is just so overly cringy. Like you got the girl who's fighting everything, but then we got to do the panty shot, and it's like come on. Why you got to do that? Just have the story. It always seems, I guess, when I watch anime, is that there's a direct storyline that's kind of cool, but we know that people are going to tune out of it, and so we've got to bring them back in with like some of this oddity. I'm sure there's gems out there. I'm sure there's ones that like really blow up. You know, that I would get. I've kind of heard that, and I guess for anime, why I don't say like, no, I anime is dumb. I think it's like anything. I just haven't found the one that I really like. I haven't found the anime that I've looked at and like, yeah, this is awesome. And I think I also get cut off. I struggle. I'm not gonna listen to it in Japanese and read the subtitles. I actually go with subtitles on almost everything. Just in basic, like, if we watch movies or if we watch television or anything, we keep subtitles on. I like that. But I need to hear it in English. Cowboy Bebop I did watch. I liked Cowboy Bebop. I thought it got a little bit cringy of some of the stuff. God, it was a while since I've watched it. The one girl in it, obviously not the child with the pet corgi. The corgi helped. The corgi helped. Let's be honest here. Violet or Faye. All right, that was it. They got it like right. You couldn't just have someone that was like a cool kick-ass chick. Like you had to do zoom-ins. Like what? I just dislike that. I like Spike, who I believe is the main character, right? I like the buddy with the robotic arm, and I'm sorry I can't remember it all right now. It's probably been 5 or 6 years since I've seen it. But, you know, Jet, yeah. And Ein was the dog? Or Ein was the little kid? I don't remember. I mean, I do remember it. I just don't remember names. Correct, Starkelp, and 100%. I dislike the anime style tropes, but not the style of graphics. I I love the style of graphics because of what they can do with it. Right? I totally get that like you can do so much more in animation, and there is some gorgeous animation in anime. There's some really cool stuff to look at. Um, it's a lot of the trope stuff that I just kind of feel like I'm pushed away from. That just doesn't work for me. But you know, uh, I totally get why people enjoy it, and it I guess too. What I struggle with is it's got to be the tropes, right? Um, Stream Raiders could be fun. I I don't know what Stream Raiders is. Yeah, I'm not sure what Stream Raiders is. Is that a game? Is that a And I think there's a lot of people that can see beyond the tropes and like pull it out of it. For me it's climbing that hill. Now, like what I loved, and I guess to kind of go over it, I enjoyed The Last Airbender. I thought that was really solid. I loved The Dragon Prince. I I love The Dragon Prince. I like fantasy more than anime. I like I grew up Lord of the Rings, Dragonlance, stuff like that. So to give me that was really really big. And The Dragon Prince obviously is more of a kids show. I loved it. Oh my god, I ate The Dragon Prince up. A web-based game where a streamer hosts the game and viewers can place their own units down. Jello, I did watch How to Train Your Dragon. On your recommendation, I absolutely watched How to Train Your Dragon. What was that? I think that was on Amazon Prime. I forget what I watched it on. I absolutely did. I meant to bring that up. Not the. I just watched the first movie. I just watched the first movie of it. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. No, I and so much to go. Yeah, I love the world that they set up. I love the environment that they set up. Yeah, I want to get into, I guess, more of it. I'm always looking for shows. Do watch the series before the second movie. I'll probably do that. You know, I love the. I mean, it was an obvious like feel good kids movie of like, you know, the guy who really couldn't do anything and his dad was like the great warrior, and you know he learned to train like that. I'm okay with that. I love Disney, you know. When do we watch the Garfield movies? Probably not. Probably not. Oh god, what was it? Anime that I watched as a kid. Record of Lodoss War. I guess not as a kid. Did I watch that in high school? That I enjoyed. Still some of those same like anime tropes if I can remember. But I do remember liking Record of Lodoss War. But god, that was years ago. That was so many years ago. Yeah, The Last Airbender, they did a great job. It's difficult with kids shows to make a decent kid show. It gets overly silly. It gets like no plot. Shit is stupid, and it talks down. But I don't think The Last Airbender ever did. The characters grew, and like it was fun to watch their journey. Have a good night, punny punny pony. Attack on Titan. Did I? I don't think I watched that. I think I meant to, and I don't think I ever did. Yeah, I think the problem with Legend of Korra versus The Last Airbender is The Last Airbender told a complete arc of a story, and Legend of Korra told a bunch of mini arcs. And it depends what you like. For me, I have a preference of a big arc of a story. I like a big, long, invested story. Korra wasn't. I mean, Korra wasn't at all bad. I liked the character of Korra a lot. I think what I had read was that Korra, they weren't sure when if they were going to be renewed, if they were going to get another season, and so it was very difficult for them. You don't want to leave it hanging. You want to tell a story, but it's difficult because you don't know. I think with The Last Airbender, they knew they were going to be able to tell their story, or they didn't like. They knew that was going to be a part of it. But yeah, I mean, both were solid. I said I really liked the character of Korra. I liked the difference of, Aang was trying to learn how to master his powers, but was like kind of like introduced socially and seemed to be okay. Korra had difficulties, and oh fuck, what's his name? The the airbender who was helping Korra so much on his island. What the fuck is his name? I'm sure I'll get it very shortly in the chat. Who I seem to identify with more. Tenzin. No, was it Tenzin? No, was it Tenzin on... It was Boomy as the kid. It was... Yeah, Aang's son. It was Tenzin? Okay. I remember... And I think it was named for someone. I love Tenzin. Tenzin was like such a character that like I could see myself identifying with. That he like struggled being that father figure and like struggled trying to fill the shoes and figure stuff. He knew he could never be an avatar, but like I liked Tenzin's character a lot. I thought he was awesome. It was, I guess, someone for me at like 34, and obviously he's like older at that point, I think anyway. But was really cool. Like I liked him as an interesting character. Ah, man. Solid times. Yeah, and I liked his like struggles, um, trying to figure out like balancing the family life, trying to balance what he should be as a teacher. I thought that was a very interesting, like, for me, I'm not trying to balance family life all that much, right? I've got a wife, but that's, I mean, we get each other. I don't have a kid yet. And, I'll be honest, I'm terrified about it. Like, I'm really scared to ever have a kid. I think most people who are in the right position, like, most people who should have a kid should feel scared about having a kid. Newfangled dog dads. I am a dog dad, Stark Elf. Oh, very much so. Talia's my girl. I'd still like to have a kid at one point. You know, I'd still like to have the kid. And it's very interesting. I mean, like we've done on stream a few times with Skibley's, Alex, who's Kalash's son. Like, I was there from the beginning of all of that. You know, I saw him. I was taking piano and voice lessons while he was sitting in like the little rocker. And it's so cool to see them grow up. I tend to not like kids. Kids annoy the shit out of me. I'm just not a very patient person. But, like, Alex and Sydney are the greatest kids in the world. They're really cool kids. They don't whine, they don't complain. They're just cool kids, you know? And so it then adds, like, a different level of, like, pretty much every kid I've met has annoyed me. These kids didn't. How do I raise my kids so they don't annoy the shit out of me? But, you know, you kind of figure that stuff out, I guess, and it's difficult. It's definitely a weird look back from when I had started Let's Playing, you know, 11 years ago to who I am now. Yeah, I feel the same way, Nishmo, of, like, you're around nieces and nephews. I've grown up with my nieces and nephews, but I don't feel like I'm prepared to have kids. I don't feel like I'm prepared to... I'm good with renting, right? Like, I can do cool stuff as the cool Uncle Kevin. It's cool that I'm going to bring over my Nintendo Switch at Christmas, and we're all going to play Mario Party. Or, like, we played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And I'm always the bomb diffuser, and I'm, like, yelling at the kids, and I'm like, do that. All right, you work on this. You work on this. You work on this. All right, Lindsay, what am I doing? Lindsay, what am I doing? All right, I see a 4. What do I, you know? And all right, Jenna, what am I doing? Like, I love that. And they seem to enjoy it too. They seem to really get into that type of atmosphere of, like, it's really cool talking with Uncle Kevin. Get a hollow kid. Get a hollow kid. Yes, that's what I need. Yeah, I love being able to go home, right? And I'm home. I don't got to worry about that. Blue Joan, let's get some sleep. Have a fantastic night. Have a great night. And thanks for all the help with Tex Murphy. I appreciate it. Oh, man. You know what I can... Dude, I hate my... Tetrio. I hate my frickin' middle mouse button not working. Driving me nuts. That's loudish. We can lower that. Who's that? I'll do a little back and forth. It's been an interesting life. You know, it's super awesome. Like, it should be better now. Is the volume better now? Is this better, or is this still super loud? Ridiculously loud? Okay. that better? I apologize. This hopefully is better. No difference? Oh. Is that better? Volume mixer is not working? Is that better? If this doesn't work, I'll turn it off. That mutes it completely. Okay, so I just gotta... How is that? Perfect? Awesome. Yeah, I've always loved Tetris as a game. I gotta play it more. But I figure, like, I remember Tetris is ultra chill. The colors I'm still learning a bit more on Tetrio. Who is this? For those of you who watch Pony Stream, Olive introduced me to Tetrio. I was just talking about wanting to play Tetris because we were waiting for someone. He's like, "Oh, have you looked at Tetrio?" Like, no. Wow, that was a really bad one. I actually used to be pretty decent at Tetris, and I stopped playing altogether, and then, like, wanted to get back into it, but I get, like, hypnotized by good Tetris players, right? Like, I don't think you can not be hypnotized by great Tetris play. I don't know if you guys have seen, like, AGDQ stuff of it. It's so good. Oh my god. However, I'm really bad right now. Let me fix this and let me figure out something else. It is Zen mode, so I want to fix this. I don't... Shitballs. Oh my god, this is so bad. What am I doing? Dude. Oh my god, oh my god, I'm not this bad at Tetris, I swear to you. Holy shit. Am I gonna lose my Zen? No, I'll fix this. I'll fix this. It's Zen. I'll fix this. Actually, that's what I was trying to do, is just show you guys a really bad, like, Tetris, oh my god, what are you even doing with your life? And fix it. Just to show that, like, this shit can get fixed if you just focus on it. It's a life lesson. We're gonna get it down to the bottom. We're gonna get down to a normal tower. It's gonna be no problem. It's Zen. It's easy. Fucking goddamn it. Shitballs. Yeah, we're gonna fix this. Just what life would be like without line pieces. No, man, line pieces are... That's everything. That's all you need in life, is just more line pieces. And think, like, Tetris, if all you had was line pieces, how easy life would be. Right? That's not bad. I can fix this. Yeah. Dude, really? God damn it, Kevin. I'm so bad at Tetris now. We'll do do a little that, little that, little this. That won't fit there. There we go. Like, I said I would fix this. Tetris 99 stream? Oh, man. I gotta practice more again for that. I was doing some Tetris 99 for a while. The problem is I really need to look into the rules. I really need to look into how Tetris 99 is played. Like, what sends pieces, what doesn't. I need to look into the actual logic of the game. And I don't know that. And I feel like that's a real struggle. Granted, like, right now I'm nowhere near Tetris 99 ready. Although we should do... I don't have a capture card, but we absolutely should do, like, a Nintendo Switch night. For those who have Switch. It'd be fun to rock out some Mario Kart. And it's fixed. Like, dude, he fixed it. Right? Like, that's the joy of Tetris. It's always fixable. Just depending on how fast life comes at you. We had to do Monster Hunter. I don't own Monster Hunter. When it comes out for PC, I'll do it. I don't want to play, I guess, on my on a controller. Maybe that's weird for Monster Hunter. But I mean, I'm back in shape now. It's fixed. It's cleared. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're in good shape. Yeah, Tetris 99 takes a lot. We're gonna cancel out of this and just... Yeah. We're in good shape now. I didn't want to leave it. I didn't want to leave trouble for tomorrow. Oh, shit. Alright. What do I want to do? Actually, I think I am going to play some Solasta. We've chatted for a little while. I'm going to end the stream real quick, just because it's easier for me if I end the stream. And, like, restart it in terms of, like, upgrading, or uploading videos. And we're going to do some Solasta. So for those who want to watch that, please stay tuned. For those who don't, hey, thanks for watching, as always, and tune in the next. Thanks for watching, folks. I will be right back in just a few minutes.